Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Ready or Not video. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new police station, the police station overhaul for Ready or Not. This is going to be the first look. It's a development update. Unfortunately, this is not in the game yet, and it has been such a long time, an extremely long time, since we've gotten any type of dev update for Ready or Not. So I'm extremely excited to showcase this with you guys. So the new police station is what you're seeing on screen. We've talked about this in previous videos. We've seen screenshots, we've talked about the devs announcing it, etc., but we haven't actually gotten to see any type of gameplay. So here it is. We've got a little bit, we've got two very short clips going through and walking through this new police station. And again, this is the overhaul. This is going to completely overhaul what we currently have in the game. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I've said this in other videos. I do not like the current lobby, the in-game lobby right now that we have for Ready or Not. And I think this looks phenomenal. If you take a look right in the beginning of the first clip, we've got offices from what it looks like on the right and left of the hallway. Overall, just kind of looking at this and taking all this in, is the lighting looks super good compared to what we currently have. We've got the front desk here. It says Los Sueños Police Department, and I'm assuming this is the Metropolitan Division, as it is Metro SWAT, just like in real life. With the LAPD SWAT, they're in Metropolitan Division. They are D platoon. And as we move on, we see a little bit more of the station. We've got the main entrance here, and we see more of that in the second clip as well. And then we move into the briefing room, which to me looks miles better than the one we have now. Like I was saying, the lighting and everything like that, much more modern. It just looks great. It looks phenomenal. And at the end of the clip here, it pulls up the map and it shows 22 locations. And right now we currently have 14 locations. So it's safe to assume that they plan on adding much more locations to this game, and they're probably even working on them right now. Now, I don't know for a fact that this means we're going to get 22 locations when the game officially releases, or even in the next update. Probably not in the next update, but it's safe to assume we're going to be getting a lot more locations in Ready or Not, which is going to be great. Now, in the second clip, it shows off the main entrance here, and unfortunately, it doesn't show the rest of the police station, which I really wish it did. Now, through the main entrance and just beyond it into the outdoors, which to me looks absolutely incredible, and I'm so glad they decided to add this in. You can even notice a little bit on the left-hand side, there's even traffic, there's vehicles coming through on the main roadway, and it is obvious, as you can see, that this does look like it's downtown where the metro station would be located, just like in real life. But look at how great this all looks. I absolutely love this, and I'm glad they decided to allow us to go outside and see the front of the police department. Everything about this just adds so much more immersion and adds a lot of the RP factor to the whole SWAT officer experience. And I do think it's phenomenal as well for simulation groups. Speaking of which, if you're interested in joining a SWAT simulation group, I've got a group. We try to take the game as realistic and immersive as we possibly can. The group has definitely slowed down a lot because we haven't had any updates for the game, but I would be more than happy to bring in more people to our group. I'll go ahead and put the application link down in the description so you guys can check that out and go through that app. I would love to have you guys. Either way, moving on, I want to talk about the new update and when will we get it? When is this update going to be coming? And right now, unfortunately, we don't have any news. Void Interactive hasn't released anything. My speculation is far into July. And the reason I say this is because I feel like it would be a massive mistake for Void Interactive to release a big update, a massive update for Ready or Not right around the time where 6 Days in Fallujah comes out. Now, those of you that don't know, 6 Days in Fallujah is going to be coming out, I think, on the 22nd, but either way, it's going to be at the end of the month. And 6 Days in Fallujah is a tactical shooter, a military simulation shooter that takes place in Fallujah around the Battle of Fallujah, and it does look really nice, and I'm going to be covering that. There's going to be a lot of videos on 6 Days in Fallujah, and I'm extremely excited for it. And again, I think it would be a mistake if they released it around the same time, because they're definitely not going to have the same amount of players going over and playing the game with another tactical shooter being released on the market right around the same time. So I am speculating it will be July. If not, it'll be farther into the year, which I really hope not. I think it's been 6 months now since the last update. We haven't had an update since December of last year, so it's been quite some time now, and they've been working on this big update for a little bit, and I think it's about that time that we do see it finally. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers here. I don't want to jinx anything, but I also don't want to give you guys false hope. We don't know when it's going to come out. It could be next month. It could be, you know, a week from now. Who knows? It's going to take some time, so we'll just have to wait. Now, here are some things that I'm speculating they will add in the next update. And we've already talked about this in a previous video, just just a couple months ago. And I do think this next update will be a massive push into the near finalization for Ready or Not, because they've talked about how they want to put Ready or Not into 1.0 and fully release the game. I could be completely wrong, but I think this will be the massive push for that. They want to start moving things into place. They've talked about this in their Dev AMA. They want to start moving things into place to what they think fits for the launch of 1.0. And we've heard about massive SWAT AI changes, which is just one of the many things. I'm not going to go into extreme detail because we've already talked about this, but for those of you that are new and for those of you that haven't seen that video, you guys can find that video on my channel. But either way, they are going to be overhauling the SWAT AI because it's pretty awful right now. It's even worse than how it was back in the day before they added the Atom update. With that, I'm going to assume new maps. They've talked about the campaign, but I don't think we're going to see the campaign just yet. That'll be much later down the line, probably in 1.0, but they haven't really discussed this any further. Now, things that they've talked about, obviously, that I think is absolutely going to be in the next update is, for one, map planning. They've already talked about map planning, and it's been thoroughly showed off through dev updates on their Discord. So we've already got a lot of information that map planning will be implemented, but we're going to be getting a lot of features that are planned around map planning. With that, overhauled SWAT AI, like I stated before, and commands for compliant civilians and suspects. This is going to be with the overhaul SWAT AI, and it's going to add a lot to the police simulation and the immersion of the game. I'm super excited for that. Now, they talked a little bit about the addition of breaching tools. They've talked about the HOLOSUN tool, which I haven't seen in quite some time, but that's something that they said they were going to bring to the game, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping they add it. But either way, the HOLOSUN tool is most likely going to be a device that'll breach open a locked door without blowing up any type of traps or setting off any alarms, anything like that. So that'll be really awesome if they add that. And obviously new maps, which is something they've also discussed. We haven't seen anything about the Coyote map that they announced quite some time ago, but I'm going to assume that that will be added. I'm kind of hoping that'll be done by that time. It's more of a military sim or like FBI HRT type simulation map. It's not so much a city SWAT type of map from what I gathered, but it does look pretty cool. So we'll get our hands on that as well, and I'll be happy to have another map. Now, there is a lot of information to go over here, and obviously a lot of things that I just stated may or may not be in the next update. However, they have talked about it in their AMA, and I am just assuming that these are the things that they're currently working on and what they're going to be bringing to us in the next big update. Wood Interactive, if you're watching this, keep up the good work. I'm so excited to play the new update, and a lot of people are as well. To everybody else, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the new police station down in the comments. I'm super excited to try out the new update when it releases. That's going to be everything right there. Thank you guys so much again, and we'll see you in the next video.